Yeah. So then after Echoes and Zero Mission were released in 2002, in 2004 we received Metroid. Oh no, 2004. I mean, 2004 those games were released. It was 2002 for Fusion and Prime. In 2005 we received a Metroid Prime Pinball, which is just a pinball retelling of the original Metroid Prime and I believe Metroid Prime 2.
Yeah, you fight Emperor in pinball form.
Yes, you fight things in pinball form.
It's essentially a Metroid, Sonic Spinball, if you will.
Yeah, and so then that was the first. I believe that was the first Metroid game for the DS, Nintendo DS.
It was, yeah. That was the one that advertised the whole two-screen thing.
Yeah, and then in 2006 we were, I wouldn't say graced, but
Are we talking about Hunters?
yes, that's the next game that came out.
What is it with 2006 having horrible games for franchises?
I don't know.
It's like, first I have to deal with Sonic 06, and then now I have to deal with Metroid Prime Hunters.
Yeah. Well, wasn't Twilight Princess released in 2006? That's not a bad game, so...
Well, which is funny, because that's actually the only one I did play.
What the fuck's wrong with you? Come on, guy.
I didn't have a Wii back then.
So? Why haven't you played it now?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
It's not like a Skyward Sword came out.
Well, it's $20 now. Come on.
I'll get to it, don't worry.
You need to before we do Zelda. Alright, so back to Hunters, and we've already spoiled it. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, I think it's mostly the controls.
Well, kind of. It has a really bad story, so you're in some kind of you're in the Terrar galaxy, I believe, and you're trying to find the ultimate power. And there's some other bounty hunters that are going after you, and basically you have to fight these guys where you're fighting some other things, and there's no actual Metroids in this game.
Yeah, and the funny thing is the whole bounty hunter thing, that's actually kind of what introduces the tacked-on multiplayer.
Yeah, so there's attack on multiplayer. I don't think I played too much of it. I remember I played some of it, but it's kind of...
Yeah.
I mean, if you have some friends...
Actually, I'm trying to remember, but I'm not 100%. Did Metroid Prime 2 have multiplayer?
Yeah.
Yeah, it did. Basically, that's kind of what it is for Hunters.
I liked it more in Echoes, I believe.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah.
It was weird playing Metroid in multiplayer. It was just really strange.
That's one thing. Metroid in multiplayer? What is that? I don't even...
Yeah.
It's not, because it's such an isolated game, because you're because Samus, up until Hunters, she's by herself.
Yeah.
And then Corupption also changes that.
Oh yeah, isn't that the next game?
Yeah. So, well, Hunters, we can go a little bit more Hunters. It's basically, you look around and shoot using the stylus, which is alright. They were used to the same thing in Kid Icarus Uprising, and it did really well there. It's just, it's easy to get a hand cramp while playing the game.
Yeah.
But the reason why I think, and probably Justin agrees with me, Hunters is a piss poor game is because the story, even though it's not really there for the other games, but it is. You have to just kind of get into it. Very lacking. I mean, there's no real great story. Power-ups are kind of Enemies
it just kind of exists.
Yeah, it's kind of, if you're a hardcore fan, play it just to say you played all the games in the series, but it's not the most impressive game ever.
You probably, even if you skip this game, you're not really missing
much. But if you want something to play, because you've played all the other ones and you really want another Metroid game before one comes out for the Wii U, go for it.
Yeah.
You're going to be kind of disappointed in the end.
Yeah.
And then Corupption for the Wii came out in 2007.
Which, again, as per usual for the Prime games, they changed the formula again.
Yeah. So this time around, you don't stay on one planet. You go to all the planets.
But you know what? I think the whole fact that you could planet jump, I think the
You think
levels are
what?
actually shorter.
Yeah, so all the planets are it's because you have multiple planets. They're kind of like there's individual areas for like all the other games.
Uh-huh.
Each planet is like one of those areas, about the size of one of those areas.
Yeah.
And you got like overall, including the Galactic Federation space station, um, the 3 planets you can go to, and the space pirate homeworld.
Yeah.
There's 5 planets overall.
Yeah,
So
and
I mean,
you
there's
actually get
and
other
they change up
hunters.
like they're all different places to explore. So and it's pretty cool to go to the space pirate homeworld.
Yeah, you even get different hunters working with you.
Yeah, so just like it, except for the fact that they actually end up getting
Corrupted.
hit by Dark Samus, who infects them, and then you have to end up killing these other hunters, which kind of sucks. The ice one's pretty badass.
Who's the guy that people
The
like?
ice
The
guy?
Rundus guy? Is that him? Rundus?
Hello?
Rundus. The bounty hunter guy.
Huh? Yeah, run this. Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah,
sure
ice
why
bounty
people
hunter
like him
guy.
so much.
Huh?
But what do you call it?
Because he's
With corrupt,
badass.
with corruption, yeah, basically you planet jump a lot. It's a little bit different because you can actually use your ship. So
With
yeah,
corruption.
that's the one that introduced the whole remote stuff.
Yeah. You actually control the
It actually
Yeah.
wasn't too bad.
I mean, overall, it's the ending to the Prime series. No, it's not a bad game. I mean, compared to Echoes, I don't like it as much. Then again, I don't like any of their games as much as Echoes, so
Yeah.
yeah. It also introduces your Phazon suit, which you get the pretty much OP setting.
Oh yeah. Basically, when you inject yourself with an energy tank, you enter "I'm a god" mode.
Yeah, and you just basically rape anything that's around you.
Isn't there some? I'm not sure if it's some boss fights or just certain bits that happen to you. But you have a phase-on overload, and basically Samus just starts killing everything.
Sometimes enemies can induce Phazon overload. Just normal
Yeah.
enemies. There's some enemies that can do that, yeah. And I like doing that because then I just kind of hold it there for a while, just kill everything. You know, get rid of as much Phazon as I can without totally getting rid of it all. And then just killing everything. And then wait for a
Oh,
little bit, kill everything.
and the funny thing is, what used to kill you in like the original Metroid Prime,
Phazon.
uh, if you jump. If you jump in a bunch of Phazon and Corruption, you pretty much have a Phazon bath because it like heals you
Yeah,
completely.
this game, I mean, in Prime, you end up getting the Phazon suit, which, protects you from Phazon. Now you're actually absorbing it.
Yeah, well, actually, I think we skipped something where Samus gets injured by the Phazon.
Yeah, I kind of went over that when I talked about the other hunters, so go ahead, cover that.
Basically, Dark Samus attacks Samus and the other hunters, and because Dark Samus is caught off guard and the other hunters are pussies, Dark Samus ends up like taking them all out, but Samus ends up being the most injured out of the group.
Yeah, so she goes into a coma, the rest of them wake up, and there's, the AI, the Galactic Federation computer AI systems are kind of like acting up. So now, Samus has to go. So the bounty hunters are sent out to go say, investigate what's going on, but they go off the grid. So Samus wakes up. She gets her Phazon suit, she heads out to beat the shit out of everything and anything. There's also, see, space pirates are trying to plant Leviathan, which are the phazon.
What? Leviathan?
Yeah, the phazon seeds.
Yeah.
That we see in Prime and Prime 2. That affect the different planets, and we see those, and we end up seeing that phazon has pretty much destroyed the space pirate homeworld.
Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I really like the aesthetics for the space pirate homeworld. It was really interesting playing through that one. And then it blows
Corupption
up.
also, doesn't it I think it reintroduces Ridley again.
Yeah, so pretty much just about every single game ever. I mean, the only ones that don't have Ridley are Metroid 2, Return of Samus, Prime 2, Echoes,
Yeah.
Hunters.
Yeah.
All the other games have Ridley.
Ridley has become a very big antagonist.
Yeah, he's basically the rival for Samus.
Yep.
And that pretty much wraps up Corupption. I mean, it had some other like I was mentioning before, in 2010, all three Prime games were the other two were remade with Wii controls, and they were slapped onto a disc with Prime 3 called Metroid Prime Trilogy. Oof. Oh, for when it came out, $50 for all three games. Like,
yeah, that's pretty good deal.
Why not? Why wouldn't you buy that?
Yep.
I don't know. Why didn't you buy that? Yeah, it is. And then, what is it, 2000... Oh, no, that was 2009 that came out. 2010 is when the, as of right now, final game in the series was released.
Yeah, at least in the Prime series.
Metroid Other M. Did you want to go through Metroid Other M? Or...
Yeah,
or
why
you just
not?
gonna
I mean,
sit there and
like Metroid, Metroid Other M is essentially the fuck. What am I trying to say?
It sounded like you didn't want to.
He's like,
Yeah, there am. I don't know.
It's the prequel to Fusion.
Yeah. Basically,
the one that gave Samus voice acting.
Yeah.
Also, apparently between
He's breaking
Other
up
M,
like a bitch.
between Other M and Fusion, Samus got her mole certificate removed.
Yeah.
So, Other M, like, fully,
no.
it basically, it's like Fusion, but it kind of, like, embraces...
Oh,
what?
there he is.
Fusion, now I'm getting the games confused.
Other M.
Other M pretty much,
You keep breaking up.
Fine, you do it then.
Stop breaking up with me!
No, you're doing it.
Oh no.
Me? You want me to do it? My voice is shot. Okay, let me do it. Okay, so Metroid Other M.
Magna says, I'm gonna stab you, Cloud. Aw, that's nice.
So Metroid Other M is the game between Super Metroid and Metroid Fusion, and we kind of see more into Samus's kind of history. It introduces Adam Malkovich, I believe that's how you say that, and her when she was part of the Galactic Federation. He was her superior officer, and one of the only people that actually treats Samus with any kind of respect, besides the black guy, who's pretty fucking badass. Overall, the battleship has been taken out, and so they're investigating it. And the Federation soldiers started getting killed by a secret assassin among their own ranks, called the Deleter, and we end up having to go through all the different sectors in the battleship, much like we do in Fusion. And we find out that there's someone still aboard called who's a scientist or supposed scientist, Madeline Bergman. I believe that's how you say that. She's actually artificial intelligence named MB, who is supposed to represent, to be like Mother Brain. She's the human incarnation, well, the human android incarnation of Mother Brain. And she actually attacked the ship. Kind of like tried to take over the ship. Overall, I had fun with it. A lot of people didn't, though. There's a lot of controversy over this game because it introduces, changes, and we know what the people like. Nothing changing.
Yeah, Other M was basically a huge, risk, I guess you could say, in terms of, actually developing it, because they changed it very drastically from the other Metroids.
Yeah, it's kind of a mix between Prime and the retro-ish.
Yeah, it even has the Metroid Prime look if you actually point the cursor at the screen.
Yeah, so you can see in first person, but most of the time it's in 2D/2 3D.
Oh, they even have a callback. I forgot what game it was, but Nemesis reappears. Remember him?
Yeah.
The guy with the ugly face.
Yeah, he's actually from Fusion.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't actually talk about him in Fusion. Basically, he's just this weird shadowy figure that you constantly see every now and again until he eventually was a boss.
Yeah. I believe
he's ugly,
Fusion.
too.
Yeah, he is. He's one ugly son of a bitch. But, it's more combat oriented, so there's a lot of, because it was developed by Team Ninja, so,
Ninja Gaiden, stuff like that.
Team Ninja loves their action games.
Exactly. If they could have put blood all over this, they would have.
Nah,
and
Nintendo wouldn't have let them.
No, like I said, if they could have, they would have, but they couldn't. And like we were mentioning before, it's the first one with it has actual voice acting, so we actually get to hear Samus speak for the first time.
Yeah, it's actually Samus's first voice actress.
Yeah. Honestly, for the most part, some of them were pretty bad. Others I liked a lot. Whoever the fucking black guy is, who is that guy? Oh my god.
Who is that
Wait,
black
you think
guy?
he's got a good or a bad?
Yeah, he's the best. Oh my god. Oh my god. I have to remember who that character is.
Isn't he the one that gets owned by Ridley, though?
But he doesn't. Remember, at the very end.
Oh, yeah, I remember now.
Yeah. Oh god, who is he? Characters.
That's actually that's one of the things I don't like about Other M, is how Samus just for some reason freezes up when she fights Ridley.
Anthony Hoggins.
Yeah.
That's the guy. I want to know who does his voice. But, go on talking about whatever the bullshit you didn't like about the game. Or did like. No. Shoo. Go forth. Talk about the game.
Oh, sorry, I was paying attention. But yeah, basically, yeah, Other M was very different. I mean, it has that fusion side to it, but it seems like it's been fleshed out more.
Yeah.
Although I think the whole fact that they put 90% of the focus on story as opposed to the old Metroid formula, I think that's what caused most of the fans to get pissed off at it.
Yeah, that's some of it. I don't know.
A funny thing enough, some of the fans, I'm not sure how many though, but some of the fans do actually take issue with the fact that Thomas has a mole.
I don't care.
That's why I said Thomas must have, between other M and Fusion, she must have had that mole surgically removed.
Yeah.
You were making such a big deal about that.
I don't know
Does someone have a
why.
fetish?
Probably.
What?
Don't worry
What do you mean a
about it.
fetish? What are you talking about?
Don't worry about it.
What? Is that you, Cloud?
Hi.
You have a fetish? I already know you have a fetish.
No, I'm saying that it seems like you have one because you're making such a big deal about that mole.
Because it's like one of those things where you see a mole and you're like, mole.
Well, this is the guy's name, Mike McGillick. I don't know. I can't pronounce
Mike
it.
McGillicuddy.
There you go. I can't find anything else he's done.
I know the last name because McGillicuddy is also the name of an alcoholic drink.
Okay, there we go. Yeah.
McGillicuddy?
Yeah, that's what he said.
McGilligorilla?
McGillicuddy.
Apparently, he hasn't done anything else, which kind of makes me sad. Because...
yeah, actually, that's actually not the first time I've actually heard a voice actor didn't have any other part.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, like I said, he was probably the best voice actor in the game.
Too bad he never appears again.
As of right now. So, that is actually the entire Metroid series, unless we want to count Nintendo Land's little Metroid Blast.
Sure, that's
so sad too.
Okay, so in Nintendo Land Wii U, because I have a Wii U, so I can talk about whatever the fuck I want, son.
I know. I'm just saying I don't have a Wii U yet, but I want one.
Teabag all over your not Wii U doing faces.
Stop teabag.
Teabag.
balls in your mouth.
All the balls in your mouth. One of the attractions in Nintendo Land is called Metroid Blast. It's actually really fun.
Is it anything like Sonic Blast?
I wouldn't know. I haven't played Sonic Blast.
What's a 3D Blast?
No, it's
Metroid R.
It's Metroid R. Yeah, pretty much.
Metroid R.
What you can do
Other
is...
M didn't work, so let's try R.
Yeah,
and then we'll just go through the rest of the letters in the name until it works.
Yep. So,
Metroid O.
There's two modes in Metroid Blast. You can either fight against friends, or you can team up with people to take on different missions, to clear enemy waves, or to save people, or to take on a boss. There's actually a reimagining of some of the bosses from the first game. With this more...
You fight Mother Brain?
I don't know yet. I haven't actually beaten it all the way. But what's the first boss you fight? I can never remember his name.
In what?
Metroid.
The first one?
Yeah, the guy that's not Ridley.
I have no idea.
Like Kraid or whatever.
Crag?
No, not the guy from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
No, the big giant
Kraid.
dinosaur thing.
Yeah, Kraid or whatever.
With the 3 eyes.
Yeah, basically.
He's in Super Smash Bros. Melee.
Yeah. He's a pretty fun boss fight because someone controls the ship. Whoever has the gamepad controls like Samus type character in a ship. So you're flying around the ship, and then the other people are playing as like actual Samus type characters. So
somebody's the pilot
in the power suit. So someone's a pilot, and then other people are on the ground. There's ground troops.
Oh, okay.
And then, so basically, what you can use the ship for is kind of a grapple beam point. You can fly around, carry people around, and they can shoot from there.
So you're like a transport.
Kind of, but you also attack yourself. You have weapons yourself.
Oh, so you're like a gunship.
Yeah, you're a gunship. You're one of the actual one of her. I think it's based off her Prime ship.
So it's a reimagining of a Metroid boss with Prime.
Yeah, except it's not just the boss. It's a bunch of levels.
Oh, okay.
There's I think there's around 18 levels ish, or 20, something like that. Maybe less. I don't know. But I usually only play it with friends because that's when it's the most fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So at this point, I guess we can talk about what we want to come out in the future, or what our favorite games were. Let's do that first, and then we'll talk about what we want out of the series in the future.
Okay.
So I guess we'll start with Justin. That way I can just call him Daggett the entire time.
My favorite games, honestly, were I'd honestly have to say Super Metroid, Metroid Prime. I'm trying to think, what would be my third favorite? I want to say Fusion because it was actually kind of interesting.
Okay. Anything else? I mean, there's literally 8 games.
Well, yeah, I know. And yeah, I know I kind of suck at it, but yeah, I do enjoy Metroid Prime 2. I think I enjoy Echoes a little bit more than Corupption.
Yeah. My favorites go 2, Prime 2 Echoes. That's the first one, and then Super Metroid, and then probably Prime. It's a mix between Prime and I believe I want to say Other M, kind of there. I mean, a lot of people didn't like it. I personally really liked it.
Mm-hmm.
So after that, it goes Metroid 2, Return of Samus. That's up there, and then Corruption. The original Metroid, Fusion, and then to end it off, very bottom of the list is Hunters.
And then the guy who I can't believe we actually bothered to bring along.
Why did we? He's only.
I don't know, because he hasn't contributed anything.
Kind of. He's kind of. He's played the first one, guys. You have to give him some slack.
He's not as energetic as he was with Sonic.
No.
It's because I'm lost in the dark about this. I'm not a Metroid player.
Come on, step up.
Come on, step it up. I can't step it up.
That's what I thought. What's the Sonic again?
A Sonic is a thing that can walk up a loop-de-loop and just stand upside down.
That's the type of
No,
Digimon,
a
right?
Sonic has to do with supersonic speed, which I don't know what I'm talking about anymore.
Is that a...
No, I think the term is supersonic racing.
No!
Is that a type of Digimon?
No, I mean it's a Pokemon.
Sonicmon?
So, about that Metroid Future thing...
Oh yeah, so Sonicmon. Samusmon. Oh, it sounds Jamaican. Oh. That's funny because I'm Jamaican. Oh.
I kind of want to see a Metroid Prime 4 whenever that happens.
Nope, not gonna happen. I'm gonna just say that now. Not gonna happen. Metroid Prime type game? Sure. Metroid Prime 4. If they did that, they'd be pulling a Halo 4. And I'd have
Why do you say it'd be like Halo?
Halo 4? It'd be it would be the 4th game in a trilogy.
Oh, you mean because supposedly they kind of ended on a note that was supposed to finish it?
Yeah, that was the end of the Prime trilogy.
That's what Bungie thought too.
Prime trilogy.
until they sold the series.
Well,
and then
yeah,
they decided
Halo used to
to
be called
do it.
Trilogy, and then 4
And
came.
then I witnessed Master Chief talking in Halo 4, and I was like,
Master Chief could always talk.
yeah, but it was just weird in Halo 4. Oh, why are we talking about Halo?
Yeah, the only difference between Halo 4 and all the other Halos is that Master Chief actually talks more.
Yeah. Like, it feels so different because I'm not used to him talking so much in Halo 4. Like, it was just like, what happened to the Master Chief that said what he had to say and then nothing else? Like, what
I
happened?
kind of like it because, I don't know, I just have a thing with mute characters.
I don't know. I like my mute characters mostly because you get to immerse yourself in the experience. Like, you get to pretend you are that character.
Yeah, I'm not a whole big on immersion. I just like good gameplay.
I like immersion.
I am the Link. I am the Samus.
Yes! You have to be that character!
I am the Samus.
I am Sonic. Oh wait, that doesn't work.
Nope, it doesn't, because he's talking all the fucking time.
Is Samus? Is it Samus, or has there actually been another character that's actually been the first Nintendo character to actually speak?
Kid Icarus, there's Pit.
Yeah.
He spoke in, like, he didn't speak in his original, and then he started speaking in his third game. It's technically in the third game because it was a Game Boy game. But no one remembers that.
He spoke.
Of Myths and Monsters for the Game Boy Color.
Well, yeah, because
he spoke in Super Mario 64 when she sent the letter. It announced the letter off in her voice. She's like, "Dear Mario, I did the cake for you," and the cake was a lie.
It was.
Yeah, like if you try to do like a comparison between who has more speaking characters as opposed to mute characters, Sega definitely has actually always had a thing where.
Let me talk about Sega. This has nothing to do with Metroid.
I make a comparison, dum dum.
Yeah, and why do you have to always compare to Sega?
Because Sega fanboy.
I make a comparison between how Nintendo always has mute characters as opposed to voice characters.
I think the only character.
It's not even a matter of preference either. It's a matter of tradition based on the fact that Nintendo had the NES, and the NES wasn't powerful enough to play voice clips. So
neither was the Genesis.
Exactly, which is why they didn't get to start having voice characters till later on.
So why you bring up that point?
More based on the fact that the systems weren't really good at playing human voice clips. If they could do that back then, they'd probably be doing it more.
Are you guys done?
Hang on.
Okay, thank
you. You do realize that there's actually a good number of people that actually want Nintendo to start using voice acting.
Never mind. I'll go back to the masturbating. Hold on.
What?
You guys done?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm done.
So, Metroid. What would you like to see out of the next games besides the I don't want it Prime 4?
I think it'd be interesting to have a 3D action side-scroller, kind of like the older games, but at the same time more fleshed out. You know, I guess something along the lines of Fusion, but with three-dimensional graphics.
So, like Other M?
No, not like Other M. Not that plot-driven. Not
you want
between mechanics.
New Super Metroid?
Yes! New Super Metroid! Let's do New Super Metroid.
New Super Metroid.
Super Metroid U.
Or, what is it? Super Metroid 3D Land.
And Knuckles.
Honestly, I would like a Prime-ish game, not a Prime, a Prime-ish game for the Wii U. And then for the 3DS, something along the lines Super Metroid.
You know, I think the closest to Prime-ish has actually been Other M.
Yeah, but, like, not Prime itself. Like, I don't want another Prime game, like, called Prime, Metroid Prime. I want something that uses that first person.
Mm-hmm.
And
Call of Metroid.
Call of Metroid. I want Call of Metroid, and it uses the
Recocking.
recocking.
Or Metroid of Duty.
And it uses the Wii U pad, and you can use that to look around.
The game pad.
The jam pad.
That actually kind of reminds me of Zombie U a little bit.
It's the jam pad.
It's the game pad.
No, it's the jam pad.
It's the Gabe Newell pad.
If you ever talk to my sister, it's the jam pad.
Why is it the jam pad?
Okay, so we were playing Chasing Aurora this one time, and when every time you have to finish one of the games, you pass on the gamepad to another player, and she looked at it and she said, "Who's jam pad?" It said swap gamepad at the very top, like and then it would show the character whose character you'd swap it to, and she asked, "Who's jam pad?" So now
apparently the G looks like a J.
Yeah, so now we call it the jam pad.
Well, I'm guessing
your sister can't read.
She thought that there was no E in it.
Yeah, I know, right? So it's the jam pad. So.
Jam pad.
And then, like I said, I want a game of Metroid for the 3DS that's more like Super Metroid.
I still can't get over the fact that you guys are comparing Metroid to Call of Duty. I'm thinking in my head a kill streak that involves summoning a bunch of fucking Metroids to just rape you.
What?
Yeah, can you imagine that? Just calling down a bunch of fucking Metroids, like, on one position.
Please, no.
They just start swarming the map.
So, here's another thing we can do. What about a Metroid...
What about a Metroid party game?
Yeah, that's kind of the direction I was going to go.
What about a Metroid game where Samus's ship becomes a giant robot?
Okay.
So... Gurren Lagann plus Metroid. Okay. I'm on board with this.
Or here's something kind of serious, actually.
Yeah.
Metroid crossover with either Star Fox or I honestly want to say Zelda. A Metroid Zelda.
I'm not sure Metroid Zelda would work, but I really like the idea of Star Fox Metroid.
I think they could, if they really tried, they could make a Legend of Zelda and Metroid crossover. It wouldn't be canon. It's not a non-canon.
It would not be canon at all.
But to make a crossover.
I honestly think Star Fox worked better than
It would, like, for an actual game. But I just want to see... I want to see that.
You really just want to be able to see Samus and Link in the same game together. It's not a fighting game that actually, like, follows some sort of plot.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
That's mainly because he loves Zelda and Metroid the most.
Yeah, they're pretty much, besides the Paper Mario series, they're one of my top favorite series by Nintendo, so what am I gonna do? I can
You're gonna dream. Well, she said, don't die.
Is that all the time we have?
Yeah.
I guess so. That's all the time.
Got what? That's not 6 hours.
I guess we'll just filibuster for the rest of the time.
Okay, but yeah, seriously, I think this is good.
I think that's about all we can say about the series.
Yeah, there's not nearly as many games.
No, Metroid, but the Metroid series, it's one of those, it's the kind of the black sheep of Zelda, of Nintendo.
Nintendo series.
Of Nintendo series, because, you know, it's one of those...
Is it because it's like a sci-fi kind of shooter thing?
Yeah, it's more, I hate using the word, but it's more of that hardcore, for that hardcore group.
Well, yeah, because like if you look at Star Fox, it feels like really arcadey.
Yeah.
But Metroid you actually have to know what you're doing.
Yeah. If you want to be any good at Metroid, you have to be good.
Yep.
So I guess I'm better at Metroid than Justin because he just sucks at Prime 2.
Well, because Metroid is definitely not like how Zelda is, where it's like mostly all dungeon traveling and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it definitely is different from most of Nintendo's stuff.
It's really, if you've never played a Metroid game, see if you can actually, first off, buy Super Metroid off the Wii Shop channel.
Mm-hmm.
It's like $8. Worth more than $8. Second off, if you can, track down a copy of Metroid Prime Trilogy.
Yeah, because you get all three for like whatever price it offers.
Yeah. And, I mean, the Wii enhanced controls, I think, are amazing. Like,
I'm not sure. Does Wii Motion Plus affect Metroid Prime 3 in any way?
no, because that came out before Wii Motion Plus.
Yes, I figured as much.
But for the next one on the Wii U, it could potentially use Wii Motion Plus, because Nintendo Land, if you're playing as one of the ground troops, like one of the people in a power suit, you have to have Wii Motion Plus in order to play.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the Metroid. That's the history of Metroid. This has been Gaming Stooges. We'll see you guys in our next history of video. Till
Are you
then,
gonna untie me now?
no,
Oh.
we're keeping you around for the next one.
Alright, see you guys.